Morning everybody, it's me, Pickin for Profit, coming to you with a new sales update video. This video is for all of my sales on eBay through the month of May 2017. Last month I said May was going to be my biggest month ever, and after a lot of hard work, after a few good finds, I made that happen. So for the first time ever, I sold just over $6,000. Obviously not all of that's profit, about 60% of that is profit. And I'm just going to get right to it. I have 120 items, or roughly around that, to show you. So this might be a long video, but if you want to learn something, stick around, and we'll get right to it. Alright, so for the first item I sold, you can see right here, May 1st, is a Polaroid one-step. If you watch any of my other sales update videos, you know I always sell Polaroids, and the one-step's a great model. So make sure if you're buying Polaroids, you get familiar with the models, because different models do bring different money. You can usually get about 30. Here you can see I got $36 with shipping. After everything's said and done, I make about $20 profit. So not a huge money maker, but every $20 counts. I always try to buy my Polaroids for just around $5, sometimes less. Sometimes I get stuck paying a little more. But I bought and sold enough that I know where to buy them as far as dollar amounts. So you'll get used to it. This next item is an antique mask. It's made out of a material known as like cheesecloth, I believe. All hand painted. This is probably close to 100 years old. You can see here how it's made. Very cool. I've had this for well over a year. I put it on, leave it off, put it on, leave it off. I ended up lowering the price quite significantly. I sold this for $10 with free shipping. I only made about $2 or $3 profit on this. This was really cool. I bought this for a few bucks. I believe it's in one of my finds videos. It is a, what are they called? Kaleidoscopes? Yeah, kaleidoscope. This one does have the carousel on it. It is brass. You can see the finish is really terrible, but that didn't hinder the ability to sell this. I put it on maybe a half hour and it sold. I think I put it too low, but I had just a few bucks into it and I sold it for $40. So I'm really happy with that. Here I bought these at an auction probably a year ago now. I paid, I think, $5, maybe $10 for the whole lot, and there was a ton of them. So I have about $1 into these, and I've made $6.99 plus $5.99 shipping. I have about $6 profit once everything was said and done. So I'm still selling these. I have a few more, and I like items that you buy once, take pictures once, and can sell multiple times. That is usually the only way I sell items for like under 20 bucks. Here I purchased this at the flea market. I paid $3. It was tested. It did work. You can see here it sold for $25 plus $3 shipping. Yeah, it sold real quick. I think it only took a day or two to sell, and it was in for $3 and out the door for about 28. Any Apple products, usually if you can buy them right, you can sell them. Just make sure they work. If they don't work, people will still buy them. Just make sure you disclose it. And obviously you're not going to get quite as much money for them. But the older iPod stuff, the older Apple stuff, people really like it. I think the storage was better on a lot of them, and it's just an item people collect. Here is a 6-pack cooler. This was like a promotional item for Salem cigarettes. I bought these at Goodwill for I think $2 a piece, maybe $2 a piece. I bought two different ones. This one finally sold. They've been on there forever. I had to keep lowering the price. I ended up getting $18 with shipping or free shipping. After everything was said and done, I made about $10 profit on that. Here is pretty cool. It's a fire starter. It's got the flint strike. It's in the shape of a cigarette. The end of the cigarette unscrews, pulls it out. It's got a striker down the side. Maybe you can see in one of these other photos like this. Really cool. I thought this would sell a lot better than it did. It took a while, and I only got 13 bucks for it. It did ship for $2.61, so that was nice. And I only had a buck into this, so I made about $8 profit on that. Sony is right up there with Apple as far as the older it is, you can still sell it. If these are in good condition, this one is not in good condition. This is an example of a Sony Walkman that's in terrible condition, but it did work, and this is a very, very sought after model, so keep your eye out for these like jog proof or shock proof CD players or Walkmans or Discmans. This one, because it was so rough, I sold for $25 free shipping. If this is in good condition, you can easily get about 50 bucks for it. So make sure to keep your eye out for vintage Sony electronics. If they're brand new in the package, it's huge money. But even if it's used and in terrible condition like this, as long as it works, you can still get a pretty good penny for it. Here's a great camera. It's a Pentax, Honeywell Pentax Spotmatic. Really good condition. It's got a lens on it. Ashanti Optics. That is a Pentax brand. So if you're ever out in Pentax or out shopping and you see a Pentax camera with that name right there. Sorry. That name right there on it. It is a Pentax brand. It is not an off-brand lens. Very good camera. Brings pretty good money. I sold this for $99.99 with $7.80 shipping. I purchased this at Rogers Flea Market, and I believe I paid $8 for it, so that's a pretty good turnaround. Pentax, Canon, and Nikon, as well as Minolta, they all sell pretty good. Olympus, but Pentax and Canon I know the best, so those are my two favorite to sell. Here is a Polaroid. This is like the good Polaroid that you want to find out in the field. This, I believe, is an Alpha 1. Let's see. Nope, this is just a Polaroid Sx-70 land camera. It is folding. You'll see them folded up like this. These do really, really well. They're a hot commodity. Polaroids are back in style, and this is the one that people really want to spend big money on. So these do work. These do come with film. I don't sell them with film, but you can buy film. People still use these. And this one, it did come with the manual, the case, a light bar, and the camera itself is in really good condition. Hence why I got $130 for it. I paid, I believe, $45 or $55 for this. It did come with some other cameras that I've sold last month as well as a couple this month. So I doubled my money. I'm totally happy with that, and it was a quick sale. This I purchased from an auction well over a year ago. It just sat on eBay. I kept relisting it. It did work. It was all an original in its new package. I paid $5 for it. It ended up selling for $14.99 with free shipping. Shipping this was kind of expensive. I made about $3 profit after everything was said and done. So really, I probably should have just sold this at the flea market, but it was kind of big, bulky. I already spent the time taking pictures, so I just let it do its thing. It sold, and even though it's just a couple dollars profit, it's out of my hair. And keyword profit, so I'll take it. Still selling these egg witches. Again, I only make about $2, almost $3 actually, profit on that, but they're still selling. Here's a great camera. Keep your eye out for this Polaroid as well. This is a Polaroid One Step. It's kind of the newer model. It looks like this. As you can see, this one's in pretty good condition. It sold for $27.99. Usually you can get about 30 bucks for these at least. I don't know why. I might have been just thirsty for money, so I lowered the price to $27.99. It sold quick, got good feedback, and it's off to its new home. Here's another great camera. This one you can tell is a little more square, a little bit older. The Sun 600 LMS, which means Light Management System. Well, it says it right there, actually. These do really, really well. This sold for $30 shipped, So I made a couple bucks on shipping. After everything's said and done, I make about 15 to 20 bucks on every Polaroid I sell. So they're a good money maker for me. Again, here's another egg witch, $3 profit. You can see right there, I've sold 25 of them, and I still have plenty more to go. Again, here's another one. This is very similar to the blue, the Midnight Blue Polaroid I just showed you. This one is green, the One Step Express. I don't know exactly what the difference is. I think just the color. These do really well. Again, this sold for $30 shipped, so I made about $15 profit on that. This is actually a personal lens of mine I used for years, or a couple years now at least. I purchased a new kit with 2 lenses. It came with this same lens, just a better version. So instead of having 2 of the same lenses sitting around, I decided to throw it up on eBay, sell it. I did get good feedback, and I got 60 bucks for it. So 60 bucks in my pocket, I'll take it. Here's a vintage movie on the metal reel, 16 millimeter. 8 millimeter. Yeah, 8 millimeter. It sold for $23. Pretty happy with that. I believe this one sold for so much because it was just said Mexico vacation. So who knows what was on it, but people love finding out for themselves. So I don't even watch them. I just sell them, and I got about $23 for this. I have $1 into any video vintage movie reel like this that you see. So I made about 20 bucks profit on that. These do ship media mail, and you do save a few bucks on shipping. I think to ship one of these, it's like $3. This is really cool. I'm not sure exactly. I think I paid $3 or $4 for this. It came with a pencil. I believe it's a scorecard for the game of bridge. That's what my research kind of tells me. I found a chain that matched pretty darn close, and I sold this for $39.99. I believe I took a best offer though, and sold it for 30 bucks. So that was a good profit maker on that. Here is a Goodyear hat. I had just a couple bucks into this, and it's been sitting around my house for well over a year, maybe 2 years. I liked it. I got tired of it. I sold it for 15 bucks, so we made about $10 profit on that. I'm still selling the crap out of these Native American photographs. Every one I sell, it kind of hurts a little because I think they're really cool, but I'm in the resell game. I bought them to resell, so that's what I'm going to do. I sold this one for, this is one of the cheapest ones I've sold. The subject matter just wasn't there for me. I sold this for $19. So again, I paid $1 per photograph. Actually a little less than that probably, but we made about $10 to $12 profit on that. Here's another Indian photograph. This one's really cool. It was titled on the back, Christmas Feast. You can see the Indians, a few of the white man in the background. The Indians praying or eating, one of the two. Really cool photograph. Sold this one for 30 bucks. With photographs, it's all about the subject matter. If they're doing something interesting, something different, if they have an object in the photograph, all that affects the photo value. So make sure when you are looking through old photographs, you look for anything that catches your eye. If they're holding a baby doll, that baby doll could be collected, could be really rare. Someone will pay crazy money just because that baby doll's in the photograph. If there's a dog in the photograph, that's more rare. Someone could have a similar dog. You never know. If they're wearing a hat, the hat could be collected. If they're wearing a blanket, those kind of blankets could be collected. So you never know. Make sure to choose pictures if you have the option that just look weird, obscure, or have something different going on with them. The ones that don't sell very well are just like the plain, everyday, run-of-the-mill portraits. So make sure you just pick out interesting photographs if you have the opportunity to do so. Again, here's some home These are 16 millimeter, so a little bit bigger. I sold these for $20 for the pair. That's about 10 bucks a piece. Again, I paid $1 each for them, so $2 shipped, probably just over $3 for shipping. Really good money makers on these vintage movies. Pentax Ashanti K1000. It's a great model for you to keep your eye out for. Again, Pentax and Canon are my two favorite, but any old film cameras usually bring pretty good money. You just need to make sure you know how to test them. You know how to check the lenses for fungus, the seals, the battery's not corroded, all that. I sold this for $125 plus $10 free shipping, or $10 shipping. I believe I have, I think like $10 into this. Maybe a little more, 15. But I know I can sell these now, so I spend a little more. But 15, 20 bucks. Very rarely I'll spend $30 on a camera like this. But when you know they're going to sell, you can pay a little bit more for them. So make sure to keep your eye out for Pentax K1000s. They bring a little bit more money than the previous one I showed you, the Spotmatic, but they both sell really well. This is a morning pin, a Victorian morning pin of a little girl. Again, she's holding something, can't really tell. It looks like maybe like a doll. Can't really tell here. I paid $1 for this at the flea market. It sold for $25 shipped. So make sure if you see a little pin like this, they're very small, usually around an inch in size, inch in diameter. This age, there would be morning pins, so she probably passed away and they wore this at the funeral, something like that. But they always do extremely well for me, so make sure you keep your eye out for morning pins. These were cute. I bought these at an auction. I think I paid, I know I paid $5 for them. They just had a weird look. They came with the box, extremely old leather. They just had a good look. I knew they would sell. They ended up selling for $16.99 free shipping, so I didn't make that much on them. But yeah, they're in, they're out. I made about $5. This was from my New Mexico road trip that my sourcing trip. I do have videos on those, so if you haven't watched them, make sure to go check those out in my videos. I paid, I believe, $6 for this, sold it for $20. If I would have taken time to take better pictures with better measurements, I know I could have got about 25 to 30 at least. But 20 bucks, it did ship first class, I believe. I believe I shipped this first class. So we made about $10 profit on it. Here's a Cheyenne real photo postcard with a nice little quote from the Bible on there. Really interesting. It's got this couple here, plus the reservation, a panoramic of the reservation up on top. Very cool, a little different. This postcard sold for $30. Again, I paid $1 for that. This was pretty neat. I purchased this at a Goodwill for, I believe, $5 or $6. It was brand new, championship basketball, one of the small ones, about yay big. This sold for $50 plus $8.99 shipping, so I made about $35 profit on that. That was awesome. More egg witches, $3 profit. More piggy banks, about $3 profit. This is really cool. This is a miniature camera, a little toy camera. I paid $2 for this at the flea market. I ended up selling it for $25 free shipping. It did ship first class, which is $2.61. So I made about $15 profit on that, maybe a little more. Here's another great photograph. This is actually a real photo postcard, so it's a photo, but it's a postcard on the back, as you can see here. This I sold for $30, and this one sold for $30 probably because the way she's dressed, the teepee, you can just really tell she's Native American in here, and people that are buying these want to know with no hesitation that she is, or he is, whoever the subject is in the photograph is Native American, and you can definitely tell from her face. Here is another real photo postcard. You can tell these Indians are a little bit more modern than, say, that previous woman, but they are correct time period. These are original, and this one is from the Elk River Indian Village. So, very interesting here. This one sold for $30, and like I said, these photos I all purchased for $1, so great profit on that. Here's another Pentax Spotmatic. Make sure when you're selling cameras, anything for around $100, you take the time to get good photos. People appreciate being able to click on them, zoom in on them, see all the details. Very important. This one sold for $80 with $8 shipping. I had it listed for more, but I got an email from the person saying I'll pay X amount of dollars, so I lowered the price. They bought it now. I do not do very much best offers. I simply do not like people lowballing me. It's just a hassle. I can't change my listing once they make an offer for several days. So it's just a pain in the ass in my personal preference. So I usually do not do best offer unless I'm not sure about the value of an item and I just price high and let the market kind of work its way out. If people are serious and you don't offer buy it now, it happens to me all the time. They will message you and they usually don't lowball you. They usually give you a very fair price and they'll say, hey, I would like to offer this much. If you would accept, please let me know and we'll work it out. That is what I usually do, and it works for me. So do what works for you, but again, that is what I do. Here's a food saver. I also purchased this on my trip, on my sourcing trip down to New Mexico, and I forget how much I paid for this. I know it was under $10, and I sold it for $40 with free shipping. These I purchased anywhere, garage sales, Goodwill, 50 cents, $1 an item. You can see right there there's a label for Amazon. I shipped that into Amazon. It didn't sell. I got it shipped back to me, and I put it in this lot. $24 they sold for, so they cost, I don't know how much to ship, not much to ship, and 20 bucks. I probably made about $5 profit. These jeans, they're from PacSun. I bought them with another pair of jeans. These are actually jeans that I purchased. I grew out of them. I did not fit into the 2930s. They were just too tight. So I've had them for well over a year. Didn't have the receipt. Didn't feel like exchanging them. So I put them on for $25 plus $7.20 shipping. Again, they were buy one, get one free. So I spent $60 on one pair. Got an extra pair for free or some promotional deal like that. So it is what it is. Probably lost money, but again, they're out of my hair, and yeah, I got a lot more than if I would have taken them to somewhere like Plato's Closet. I love gold-filled glasses. You guys know that if you watch my previous videos. Here I have, I believe 9 pair of gold-filled glasses. I always get my gold-filled glasses for anywhere, just a couple bucks up to $5. Anywhere under 10 bucks, I'll buy them. But I like to stay down around $3 to $5. And I sold these for $130. Free shipping. They do ship. I believe it was a small flat rate box, so like $6-7 shipping. But I do that just for the insurance purposes. And $130, I probably have, I don't know, 50 into them, so I'm happy with that. Again, here's another great photo. It's all a bunch of women. I think there's one guy in there. I'm not sure what's up with that guy. It might be a girl just wearing a hat. But sold this one for $30. Here is another example of vintage Sony products that do really well. This one was tested, did work, did come with matching headphones. The headphones matching is really important with these old Walkmans. You get a lot more money for them if everything matches. This, unfortunately, is not that sought after of a model. I don't know why, but I ended up selling it for $24. It was just a few dollars to ship, so I made about $15 profit. I remember I bought this at a flea market and I paid $3 for it. Here's a silver spoon. It's a salt spoon. It's about an inch in length. So for silver purposes, it's worth about 50 cents. But I sold it for $20 with free shipping. Again, shipping is $2.61 on an item that small. And very happy with 20 bucks. I paid $2 for that at a flea market. More egg witches, $3 profit. Here's another 16mm movie. Again, I paid $1 for these. It's about $3 to ship, and I sold this for $13. I paid just a few bucks for this pin at the flea market a couple weeks ago. It is Trifari. Vintage Trifari does really well. You can see right there. Trifari up in the right-hand corner. Right above the pin says Trifari on the right hand side, and it also has the dates on it for Sagittarius. Very cool. I sold this for $25 free shipping, so I made about $15 profit on that. Here's a great ring. This is turquoise, sterling silver, and 14 karat gold. The leaves are actual gold, as you can tell. The band is silver, and the stone obviously is the turquoise. I paid $15 for this at the flea market. I sold it for $50 free shipping. Nothing super special, but we made about $25 to $30 profit. Here is a Zippo from my Zippo lot. If you have not watched my video, it is titled Zippo. It's got a giant picture of a Zippo for the thumbnail. Make sure you check out that video. Some of these Zippos selling will make more sense. But for an average, I averaged out what I paid. So for all the Zippos paid, it's $6 a Zippo. So I spent $6 on this. It ships for $2.61. And so we'll say I have about $10 into every Zippo I sell with shipping, and I sold this for 30 bucks, so we made about $10 profit there. This cat is awesome. I paid $12 for the pair of them. There are two. I sold both of them. The first one sold right away. The head was more up. This one is down, like smelling. It's very large. It's 13 inches long, 6.5 inches tall. So very big brass cat. Again, so for this one I paid $6 and I sold it for $30. I shipped that in a padded flat rate envelope. It squeezed in there. I made sure to bubble wrap it. Put some cardboard in there as well. So I made about $10 to $15 profit. The brass figurines I am finding out sell extremely well. The small ones do well, but the big brass ones, the really big ones, the bigger you can find, they bring really good money. And so make sure to keep your eye out on brass. Here again is another photograph. This is of Chief Powderface, very famous chief. Unfortunately, this corner was broken off. This probably would have been a museum quality piece if that corner wasn't missing. I had it listed somewhere up near $100, maybe $200 at one point. Yeah, $200, maybe even $300 at one point. But it did sell for $129.99. And I'm extremely happy with that. Again, I paid $1. Here's another Zippo. Make sure when you're listing stuff, you take the time to make sure that you're showing the first photo of the photo that you actually want. Like this is upside down of a Zippo in the case, taken on my cell phone. It's a terrible picture. I pride myself in really good pictures, and this is not an example of one of those. But it is marked Norm. Again, $6 into this, plus shipping, so I have about 10. It sold for $29.99. That is not bad for a used engraved with someone's name on it Zippo. So we made about $10 profit on that. Here is the owner's manual of my previous car. I had a few items laying around my house of that previous car, and I've been selling them. I got $20 for this, free shipping. I did ship this media mail. Not sure if it qualifies, but I didn't get in trouble, so we'll say it's good to go. And yeah, so we made about $15 profit on that. These you might know from one of my recent finds videos. I purchased a whole box of these, 25 of them, for $80. Plus there was a couple sterling silver rings I had the guy toss in. And I've been doing really, really well on these. So keep in mind whenever you see these, I bought them in a lot for roughly like 60 bucks if you discount some of the 80 for the rings. But this one sold for $25, free shipping. I shipped these for $2.61. I wrapped them in cardboard. I then wrapped the cardboard in bubble wrap, and then I put them in a padded envelope and ship them that way. So I have about $3 into each one when you break down the math, plus shipping, so about $5 into them and about $20 profit. Plus fees, we'll say $15 profit. This was really cool. This is from the Zippo lot that I purchased as well. I paid $1,800 for roughly 300 Zippos. Again, it breaks down to about $6 a lighter. I listed all these individually with really good pictures. I listed them at night. The following morning I had a message saying they want to buy them all. I had a couple extra laying around that I had not listed, and we agreed that $330 plus $15 shipping was fair for both of us. They purchased them, so I sold 11 of these lighters for about 350 bucks. That is a sweet deal for me, and that was the first or second day that I had the Zippos, so I was extremely happy with that. So again with the pewter figurines, I actually purchased 10 or sold 10 of these to the same lady. She's using them for centerpieces at her wedding. Very cool idea. They are small, so I'm not sure what else she's going to do with them. Put them in a candle, something like that. Not really sure. It's a pretty cool idea though. Never seen it before. And she loved them. I love the fact that I sold her 10 of them. We made a little deal. Instead of selling them for $25, we did an average of 20 bucks a piece. It ended up she spent just about $200 for all of them. So I'm not going to show you all of them, but we will click through a couple. As you can see, there's just super great detail. Sorry about the screen being small. Okay, the next item is a Canon AE1 program. You know from my previous videos that I sell Canon AE1s and the AE1 programs quite frequently. I usually sell at least one a month. This month I think I sold a couple. I get $120 plus $10 shipping on this. I know I purchased this camera from the Berea Flea Market, and I think I spent $25, so about $100 profit on this guy. Here is an Indian cowboy, a Native American cowboy. Very cool picture. You do not see Indian cowboys very often. He is dressed to impress. Good looking horse next to his cabin. Very cool. I put these two together because they are the same person. One he's off his horse, one he is on his horse. I sold this for $40, so that's about $20 a photograph. I have $1 into each photograph, so after $2 plus $2.61 to ship them, we made about $30 profit after everything's said and done. Here is some of the click lights. These I only make about $3 per profit. I paid $2 for them. It cost $2.61. So it is what it is. Here is a Zippo. This one's really cool. It's called a 3-barrel. It only has 3 hinges on it, hence the name 3-barrel. This is World War II. It has someone's name on it. It's in terrible condition, but Zippo lovers love this Zippo, and it sold for $130. So very happy with that. Again, I have $6 into it. These watches, I believe I got them from an auction. I only have a couple dollars into the whole lot of them. I believe there are 6. Yes, I sold them for $26, and I did get good feedback on this. The buyer is extremely happy. I made about $10 profit. Here is a pin. It's made by a famous artist, Paul Lucero Jr. I sold this for 20 bucks. I thought I'd get a lot more for it, but the market sometimes dictates what something is worth. Well, always actually. But for 20 bucks, I'm happy with it. I purchased that for a couple bucks. I paid $2 per gram of sterling silver, so I have just a few bucks into it. Here is a Harley-Davidson Zippo from that same lot, brand new. But again, for $6, this sold for $45, free shipping. We made about $30 profit on that. Here is a Camel. This is a replica from, let's see, 1932. Very sought after lighter. With the camel on it, makes it even better. Camel, Marlboro, Harley, any good, well-followed brand demands pretty good money on these Zippos. So keep your eye out for Zippos with good branding on them. And this one sold for $60. It ships for $2.61. And after $6, we made about $40 profit. Here's another great one. Again, brand new, sealed. It's a surprise lighter. Anytime I say surprise, it means it opens up and there's more detail underneath the lid. This one sold for $55. Made about $35 profit on that. Great little ring. I paid just a couple bucks for this. It's got a good look. I've never had one with this design with the 2 stones, that color green turquoise before. So very cute here. Like I said, I paid a couple bucks. It sold for $20. Very happy with that. Here is the Polaroid Sx-70 that you want to keep your eye out for, at least from my knowledge and my experience. This is the Alpha 1. It'll always say Alpha 1 on it. And these sell for the most money, in my opinion. With just the camera tested, no case or anything, it sold for 150 bucks. And it sold the very first day I put it on. So keep your eye out for Sx-70s, the folding cameras, and especially the Alpha 1s. I paid I think the guy wouldn't budge 20 bucks for the Alpha 1, so I still made pretty good money. These glasses, vintage safety goggles or glasses, bring really good money right now. People wear them as just glasses or wear them on their motorcycle. I paid, I think, $2 for these, and I sold them for $30. So make sure to keep your eye out for vintage safety eyewear. Here's a Varga girl in the tin, again brand new. This sold for $40, free shipping. Here is another Zippo. It is brass or copper, or I think it's brass. Doesn't have that great of a logo on it, and the price reflects that. So it sold for $19.99, free shipping. I only made about $10 profit on that. Here is a Marlboro. This is a really good one. It's kind of got like a rubber feel to it. Very simple, very plain, very vintage looking. This is from 1995, so it is vintage. It sold for $35, and again, I paid $6 for it. More Egwiches. This is a really good one. It is not brass, it's copper. It says copper on the bottom. Let's see if you can see a photo with it. Yeah, you can see copper right there from 2003. These do extremely well. This was brand new, never fired. You can tell because the wick is white. This sold for $60. free shipping. Again, I have $6 into it, plus $2.61 for shipping. So we made about $40 profit. Again, more Indian photos. These ones do really well because the girls are in school. Anything from this time period with Native Americans when the white man kind of scooped them up and then put them in schools and tried to change them as who they are is very sought after. It's kind of a dark period in history, but a very important time, and collectors like that. So for this one, I sold it for $20 free shipping. Here is a brass, solid brass Zippo with a American V-twin blockhead motorcycle on it. This one sold for $30 free shipping. Here is a pair of gold fill glasses. I didn't put this in my gold fill lot because they're just worth more by themselves. They had this little hairpin in them, or shirt pin you put in your sweater, something like that. You just pinch the nose. They're called pinch nose. And if you see these and you can get them for $5 or $10, always pick them up. They do really well. I sold this one for about $30 shipped. Here is another brass camel lighter. This one does not have a case, a box, or anything. I believe it is new. Yes, it's still sealed. It sold for $25. Here's another Smokin Joe. That is the camel logo right there. Smokin Joe is their mascot. So this is brand new, and it sold for $30 as well. This is a great one. This is a music group from my childhood in the 90s, ICP, or Insane Clown Posse. This one did come with the original case. You can even see it says Jekyll down on the bottom next to the barcode. So very cool that it all came together. This one is used. It has been fired. You can see right here the wick is a little burnt. I still got $50 for this, and the guy that purchased this was a really cool guy. We actually exchanged Facebook information and are now Facebook friends. Here's another Polaroid. This is a one-step talking camera. Very cool. I purchased this for my collection, then I found one even in better condition. So I'm selling the duplicate, and I sold it for $25. Pretty cheap. I only made about $10 profit. This is a beautiful lighter. It's got an Indian head on it, and I sold it for $50, which is pretty cheap for this model. But again, I have $6 into it, and I'm happy with $50. Here is the famous Marlboro, the bucking bronco, or the bull rider, made out of brass. Very sought after lighter. This one does have a pretty nasty tarnish on it. It is new, never fired, but with the tarnish, I was getting a lot of lowball offers. This one I did put best offer on, and I ended up, or actually I didn't put best offer on it. I just kept getting messages for lower offers, so I just ended up lowering my price to $29.99. It sold, and again, for $6 into it, I'm happy with like $10 profit. More click lights, $3 profit. This John Deere tractor I got at a auction. I think I paid $5 for it. I ended up selling it for $40 with free shipping. I think it was $8 to ship, so about $20 profit. Here is more Indian photographs of girls and boys at school, mostly girls, I think. This one sold for $30. It actually had 2 photographs on it, so they got a pretty good deal on that. Here is an actual Zippo with a lanyard on it. Very cool design. These ones don't bring as much money as I thought they would, but I sold it for $25. Here is a brass bald eagle, brand new, never fired, a brushed brass finish. I sold this for $40. Here is a Mason Zippo. It is used, not in the best condition, but it sold very quick at $25. More click lights. Here's another vintage Zippo. This one comes with a tin. This is a great design. If you ever see this design, they sell really well. This one sold for 40 bucks, and it sold instantly. Here is a back massager, the Polaroid series or brand. Back massagers always do really well for me. I purchased this at the Berea Flea Market for just a couple bucks. I think I actually gave her $2, and it sold for 34. They are kind of expensive to ship. I think I have like $5 or $6 into shipping, so I have about $10 into it. I made about 15 profit. This is a great one as well. This was, I think this was used. Let's see. Yeah, it had been fired, unfortunately. If it was brand new, it probably would have got $20 to $30 more. But I sold this. It's got a great gorilla front on it, solid brass, $50. 50 bucks for a used Zippo, in my opinion, is pretty good. But like I said, if it wasn't fired, I probably would have got close to 100. Again, here's another riding Bronco. This one was used, even worse condition than the previous one, and I sold this one for 25. Here's another Smokin Joe Zippo. This one is brand new, and this one again only sold for 20 bucks. It didn't have a case or anything. More mascots, the Pewter little figurines. This one is for a Duesenberg, which is a car. They're all types of cars, if you didn't notice. They're the hood emblems. I sold this one, obviously, 25 bucks. Here's Guy Harvey, I believe you pronounce it. He's an artist. He does a lot of like fishing and hunting type stuff. A lot of t-shirts. He was hired by Zippo, or commissioned, I guess, to do some Zippos. So that's what we have here. And I sold this. You can see the original price tag, $32.95. It is brand new. It's vintage. I ended up getting 40. Again, another mascot, 25 bucks. Here's a little bit different of a Zippo. I never knew Zippo made butane lighters, but they do. It's called Zippo Blue, and it is a butane lighter. This one is brand new, never used. I sold it for 50 bucks. This you might remember from my garage sale haul. I showed you guys. I have a few videos back of me purchasing this. I purchased this this plus another camera for 30 bucks, I believe, for the pair. So I have about $15 into this one. It's extremely clean, near mint condition. It's got the auto rewind on the bottom. I sold this for $150, so we made about $120 profit on that. Here's a tie. It's a Tommy Hilfiger tie. Really good condition. I only made about $2 profit on that. I do not do clothes. I purchased some ties a while back, just trying to see if it was worth it. For me, taking pictures, rolling them up, trying to take good pictures, all for $3 is not worth my time. This is great. I purchased this from a friend for $10. It's a Budweiser truck with all these little barrels. Very cool. This is from the Danbury Mint. It's 1/24 scale die-cast truck for Budweiser. I sold it for $60 plus 15 shipping. If I wanted to, I could have probably got $100 for this. It would have just taken a while. But I'm more about the fast nickel versus the slow dime. So 60 plus 15 shipping, I'm happy with that. This is a really great camel lighter. Again, I have about $10 if you want to include shipping, and we sold it for $45, so about $30 profit on that. Here is kind of a sore subject when you talk about photographs. This is a post-mortem. Post-mortem means they are deceased in this photo, and what's really sad is this is a baby. It is actually very sad and kind of gruesome, but people do collect these. I don't know why. Probably just because they're obscure and different. I sold this for $30. Again, I paid $1 for this, and I'm just glad it's gone. This is one of the rings that I purchased with those mascot things. So we'll say I have about $10 into it, and I sold it for 30 bucks. I made about $10 profit. This is a Pentax camera I purchased a couple years ago at a garage sale. I used to collect Pentax cameras since I shot with Pentax. Now I don't shoot with Pentax as much, and I'm just over collecting it. So I put it on eBay. I sold it for $60 plus $13 shipping, and I have about $15 into this. I think I paid for it. So we made about 30 or 40 bucks. These masks are like hockey masks for like if you go to a hockey game, just for fun. I purchased these at Goodwill. I believe I paid like $5 or $6 a piece. I got a bunch of them. A lot of them sold on Amazon. These Boston ones were not selling for me, so I had them shipped back to me. I put them on eBay, and I have 3, I think, and I sold one for $19.99. I still have 2 left. Here's another great Zippo. This is an Our Century limited edition one. I sold it for $37.50. Obviously, I took a best offer, and again, I have $6 into it. This is another item I had out of my car. I sold this for $50 free shipping. I shipped it FedEx, and I shipped it for, I believe, like, I don't know, under $10. So, good profit on that. Sorry, gotta plug in my computer before it dies. Here again is another Zippo, the one in the wood case. I showed you this previously. I sold that other one for 40 bucks, and I also sold this one for 40 bucks. So I would say 40 bucks is a good number to sell this antique silver Zippo with the wood case for. Here is another Harley-Davidson. Let's see if we can. Yeah, great logo on this. I sold this one for 50 bucks, free shipping. It's just a great logo, brand new, never fired. The Harley-Davidson ones seem to bring about 40 to 50 bucks. This is a great one. It's completely rubber. Really cool design. 30 bucks. I'm happy with that. This is probably one of the best camel ones I've had. It's 22 karat gold plated. Brand new, sealed. This sold within minutes of listing it. I probably listed it too low. I listed it for 60 bucks and it sold instantly. So I probably could have squeaked out another 20, but again, I'm happy with it. I have $6 into it. Again, more mascots, 25 bucks. Here's a great Zippo, another surprise Zippo. When you open the tank up, it says like it has a gas meter and it's all the way on full. Sold for 40 bucks. This was cool. I purchased this at that estate sale where I purchased all the cameras from. I have a video of that as well. Make sure you check that out. I paid, I believe, $5 for this. It's just a photographer from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I bought it just because he was a photographer, but like everything, I ended up selling it and I got $30 for it. Here is another great camel. I sold 2 of the same model, and it's the 85th anniversary, the antiqued silver plate. Sold it for 40 bucks. Here is another movie. I sold this one for $13 as well. Again, shipping's about 3 bucks. I have $1 into it. I made about $2 or $3 profit, so nothing huge. And the last item, of course, we're going to end with an easy egg witch. Again, $3. So nothing too extravagant on that. But I just want to let you know that that is everything that I sold. There might be a couple that I accidentally X'd out. Nothing special. But the majority of the money that I made is from these Zippos and the Native American photographs, as well as a big chunk is from cameras. I always seem to sell at least $500 to $1,000 worth of cameras each month. So cameras are one of my staple items. Zippos are becoming one of my staple items, and The antique photographs are definitely one of my staple items. So those are my 3 kind of niches. Everything else is just hit or miss. What I find that I know I can resell, like the sterling silver jewelry, or the odds and ends like this easy egg witch that I can buy 100 of them for $5 at an auction, stuff like that. So make sure, even if you have your niche or niches, to sometimes go out of those niches if you know you can make money. Just make sure it's worth your time, and for me, most of it is. One thing I am stopping doing is the ties and the clothes like that. Some of the more vintage, off, obscure clothing I'll still do, but it's just not for me. I know a lot of people do it. A lot of people make a lot of money from it, but for me it's just not fun. It's not worth my time, and I like finding the weird, obscure, the oddities. And yeah, so that is everything that I sold in the month of May. I hope you enjoyed. I hope there's some items that you thought were cool. I hope your month of May was great, and I hope June's even better. So keep picking, keep making that money, and most importantly, keep listing. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to give me that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Leave some comments in the box below if you want to talk about anything. And follow me on Instagram. It is the same as my YouTube channel, Pickin for Profit. I'm constantly uploading little videos there, taking you through the day whenever I go picking. And I love sharing photographs on there. So if you like cool items, I have plenty on there. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.